Hello, Thursday night. Did any of you catch my my show on Twitch, the Bemis thing tonight? I really enjoyed it. I don't know how it came off. It felt really good. The audience, the energy that we raised was really good. I might have looked kind of goofy on stage. I had a couple of gaps with changing tunes on the computer where a couple restarted. Big deal. I feel good, though. The energy felt good. And I must be doing something right because, at the end of the night I was offered several gigs, podcasts, and another artist, I'm not going to say his name yet, wants to do a mural. And include me, 100 influential people. He was saying he wants to include me. Sure, I love it. It's hard to sleep when I have good gigs. And so I'm just going to try to burn a little bit of energy with this video. How are you all doing? I'm glad the RNC is over today. Just looking at some of the comments about it on social media. It's a nightmare, people. So to get back to the good thing, my gig tonight, let me know if you watched it and how it came out. But the best compliment I got tonight was from a couple of the young women on the staff at the Bemis who said they really enjoyed the energy and it made them feel like children. They said there just something was about it that made them, the child in them, rise. That's a wonderful compliment because that's definitely where I'm coming from, which is timeless. I said it several times during my gig, as I jumped around like like a fool. I just turned 65, people. Get up off your asses. Show some energy. Don't be dead yet. So I'm just kind of like trying to decompress and just tell you it was great. I have some records here. Well, it's not here. It's in the other room. I started to read it. But Arthur, if you see this, the book that goes along with Electric Eden came, and I started to read it. It's dense. That one, I may have to come back to it because it's like going deep into the roots and the beginnings of English folk and all this cultural stuff, which is interesting, but the timing of it, okay? Thank you, though. I did receive a gift, and Michael, a watch, a viewer named Michael S. Thank you, Michael. And he sent me this album, reissue by Ulrich Schnauss. It's been a while since I've shown any Ulrich Schnauss, so he didn't know I have him, but I didn't have this album, but I've got Ulrich Schnauss. I like Ulrich Schnauss so well that I've done a cover of one of his songs, one of his pieces. I forget the name of it, but I liked it so much I said, I got to figure out what he's doing here, and taught myself the song. So I really like Ulrich Schnauss, electronic artist. A Strangely Isolated Place. This is a new reissue of his 2007 or so album. On Play It Again Sam, really well pressed and cut. I noticed the cut right away. Real nice cut, and I really appreciate this. I do like this music very much. Pulled this. I'm going to keep it, but I don't think I'll be getting any more of the records. Ange, French band. I like the French. And this is one of their long-standing progressive rock bands. Ange. I think this is their first album, Caricatures. Now, what I like about Ange is I like that sour organ sound. It sounds like the organ is going to go out of tune, but it never does. The vocals get on my nerves. I'll be real straight about it. It's very dramatic, and since I don't read the language, I took French, but I was horrible at it. And I'm really not interested in the story, so there's parts where it's just like, I'm just taking this off, you know. I want to hear the music. I really don't care about the story. But that's out. The Shamen from England. They started out psychedelic and then they ended up going house techno. And during the transition, one of the original members drowned while they were making a video. How bizarre. I always thought that was strange energy. But this is a 12-inch single of theirs. I like them. Happy Days, and I don't like the way the world is turning. Well, boy, these songs where they're just talking about how things just don't change and how shitty the world is. Boy, it's just too true nowadays. I do not like the way the world is going. Pulled this and played it, and I only like parts of this. Mostly I don't like this. I love the cover, Bee Gees' Odessa, and that's why I have it. It's for this cover. But Laugh in Your Face, I like that song. And there's one other song, but mostly I don't like this album. That's the main one, I Laugh in Your Face. I think it's a really good song. Mostly I don't like these songs, but I love this cover. It's a beautiful, beautiful, collectible piece of art. That's why I keep it. I do have a couple other Bee Gees albums. They were good. You know, I like Boris, so I was playing some Boris. I Am the Walrus and Groon. I like this. This is green splatter vinyl. Boris! Seen Boris 3 times, met him twice. Of course, I guess, you know, partly being black, it makes me stand out, but I love that Atsuo remembered me. Only met him once, but oh, I remember you. That feels great, okay? That's why I share it. German band, Beggars Opera. I love the song Time Machine off this album, Waters of Change. Vertigo Spaceship. This is a Vertigo Spaceship. I love this music. It's just, I just love it. This music is my little world, okay? This music is the soundtrack to my world that I live in my head. Andwella, World's End. Their first album is the one that's super collectible, and I haven't seen a copy since it came out. But I have this one, and it's not quite as good. There are parts where this is progressive, and then they devolve into doing like a R&B or a slow love song, and that's just like, you know, it didn't work. It's like, to me, they were writing those songs trying to capture an audience, and it's like, just be original. It's the original parts that are the best. The intro to the album is really good. And Dweller. Here's another one from the old days, Apple Pie Motherhood Band. It's a mixture. There's songs in here like they do a cover of Get Ready by the Temptations. It's just pathetically bad. But then the next song, Super Music Man, is really good. So this is back in those days where it'd be this big mix of music. You know, these hippies doing a little country, doing a little bluegrass, trying to do a little bit of blues, trying to do a little bit of avant-garde. They actually do something avant-garde with sound on here. Now that I like, you know, so this is definitely a keeper. Sometimes Bowie is just what I need. Aladdin, Sane. I relate to Bowie, I do. And that's why I had a hard time with him growing up as a teenager, you know. Back when it was a sin to acknowledge sexuality, it's like, you know, I didn't want to be gay, and I'm not gay. I tried to come out, and then I found out, well, I'm not gay, you know, but this is part of who I am. But that's lifestyle, and that scene isn't mine. So I had a hard time as a teenager with Bowie flirting with gay, you know. And as I got older and became more objective and realistic and comfortable with myself, Bowie is the man. I hadn't played this in decades. This is some deep listening. David Holland, Barre Phillips, music from 2 basses. This is an early ECM release. This is not messing around. This is some serious interplay where it's almost like they become one. And their technique, they are displaying technique, but the thing is, they're not just displaying technique. The technique is a means to an end. Wow, this is amazing. Music from two basses. My dog, Hosono, listen to this all the way through a couple times. Mercuric dance, ambient. Just, I can't say enough about Haruomi Hosono. In particular, his electronic work. That's what I like the best. Mercuric dance. Just incredible. Gnidrolog, English prog band. Another one where you have some songs that are kind of mediocre, and then you have the songs that really, I Can Never Be a Soldier, you know. Social Embarrassment. This is a reissue. I love that cover. Originals are very pricey. If you don't know this album, I recommend it. English prog. Sorta like Crimson? No. Just English. You'll know what I mean. My girl from Japan, Akiko Yano. This is a compilation. From Japan to Japan. This always puts me in a bright mood, and those graphics are perfect for her music. It's so sunshiny and bright and like a bright, colorful room. And everything is okay. And safe. Yeah, her music makes me feel safe. I love Akiko Yano. So that's catching up a bit. There's always... Let me go even deeper. What else is down here that I haven't shown that I keep not showing? Well, I picked this up finally. Screams. Did I mention this? I don't know. Illinois band. Brad Stiegel, the drummer from this band, who is now called Brad Elvis, is a friend of mine, and I befriended him when I got hired to do some studio work in Chicago, recording with Kleeman from Denmark. This was his band at the late 70s, 80s, where he was trying to make it in the hard rock world. Brad Elvis, but his name on here is Stiegel. Good drummer. He's in the Romantics, okay? What I like about you, he's been in the Romantics for like 16 years. That's Brad right there. Stiegel. We got on like a house on fire when I met him in Chicago. He's a record collector as well. Great drummer in the mode of Keith Moon. This is melodic hard rock, a little bit like Cheap Trick, a little bit like Bon Jovi. Apparently they had a chance to make it and something didn't go. But just because I know Brad, I said, well, let me just grab this, I'm glad I did. So that's what I want to say about music. I'm going to stop here. I will speak and say that I am very, very much concerned about what's happening in this world, and in particular in America, where the unreal reality of white privilege and the 0.1% being in charge, owning everything, and this being reflected by the president that we have, the division that is fed by the media, and just the real unrest that's happening in this country. It's just mystifying how grown adults who claim to be decent people or just claim to be adults are liking this and want this madness. The one thing I'll say before I go is that one thing that racist people don't see is that the Black Lives Matter movement, the whole idea of getting black people's rights, our humanity to be recognized, if this could happen, this would benefit everyone. It's not a us versus them. That's why it's so maddening that the people who are so racist and divisive are so stupid or willingly evil to just not want to share, to want to have a stance in life that says, I'm okay, you're not okay. And that's what the Republicans and Trump is doing. You know, it's divisive. He doesn't represent everyone, and it's a lie. It's a bald-faced lie that Trump's done anything for black people. That is a lie. That's a lie. It's just perplexing where we're at in America today and just how sick politics has just really made the zeitgeist very sick. It doesn't have to be. I don't know what else to say. I'm just glad I had a good gig.